welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Yancy and this is the Miss Yancy Network. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing wonderful. All right guys, today by the title of this video, you already know what we're about to do. We're about to up pot our tomato plants. Yes y'all, our tomato plants are more than ready to be up potted. It's actually been ready for about 5 days now to be up potted, but you know, these peppers got me in a chokehold and now I finally have the time to up pot them. If you guys have not seen the last video where we started our seeds, go ahead and watch that one before you watch this one so you can see how we sped up the germination as well as how we started the seeds. So we started about 9 different tomatoes and y'all, it's a lot. It is a lot. But if you have not tried my germination method, it really works. When I did that germination method, these seeds actually germinated in 3 days. And honestly, I really think it was 2 days because by the 3rd day, the leaves was like nice and up and standing at attention, okay? So if y'all have not tried that method, you might wanna go ahead and try that method with any of your seeds, especially seeds that takes longer to grow, things like herbs and things like that. You might wanna try that method to help speed up the germination. Things like peppers, you know, stuff like that, they take a while to grow. So you might want to try that method if you have not tried it yet. These tomatoes really germinate in 3 days. It's crazy. And they're at a really good height right now where they need to go in the soil. So if you have not seen the last video when we started the seeds for these tomatoes, go ahead and watch them and you'll see all 9 of the tomatoes that we are growing this season. They're nice and ready to be up potted. So today I'll be showing you how to up pot them, just giving you some tips and tricks on how to grow really strong and healthy tomatoes. And I'll be showing you guys the solution that I make all the time to water my tomatoes. You guys already know, if you're not new here, you already know my favorite solution to water tomatoes with because they love it, they thrive in it, and it's just something that they eat up. And I tell you, they're gonna grow really strong. They're gonna be healthy, big and beautiful. Delicious tomatoes, okay? But alrighty y'all, let's get this started. If you're new here, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, do all of the things, okay? Don't forget y'all, you can go ahead and watch the last 2 videos where I showed you how to speed up the germination of these seeds, how to start them, and how to sow them in your cell trays. So come along. Let's get this party started because we're trying to hurry up pot these because tomatoes grow extremely fast, especially if you're using my method, and they need to get out of here so we can start the other seeds, okay? Come along. Let's get this started. One look and I breathe. Alrighty y'all, so these tomatoes have actually been growing for 2 weeks. I started these tomatoes on April 3rd. Today is April 16th. So these tomatoes have really, from germination till now, has been growing for about 14 days. So this is 2 weeks from germination till now. And wow, y'all, they're doing extremely well. And I promise you, after I up pot these tomatoes, I'm actually gonna start hardening them off. As soon as I am done up potting them, I'm gonna start hardening them off in 2 days. And they're gonna be heading outside to get some sunshine. So they're gonna grow extremely faster. And that's one of the things I love about hardening your plants. You know, the plants, they want natural sunlight. They thrive in that environment, but you have to gradually get them out there so that they can get acquainted to the outside element. I'm gonna do that for my tomatoes earlier than I do it for my peppers because, as you all know, the peppers we started in winter and now we're hardening them off. But for now, since we're already in spring, the temperature is starting to look decent. The lows are still in the 40s, but they're going to the 50s. So I have a long week where the lows will be in the 50s, and these plants, after I harden them off for a couple of days, I'm gonna keep them outside. All of this y'all see behind me, all of this is going to be spending the night outside, and I am so excited because I need the space for the bazillion other seeds that we're about to start before gardening season, okay? So come along, let me show you guys what these tomatoes look like because they look amazing. Alrighty y'all, so today we'll be using our organic potting soil to up pot these plants. I'm gonna mix it with a little bit with the seed starting soil just so I can have more of the organic matter from the seed starting soil in there. I am also going to be using some worm castings to mix in there to fertilize the soil. And I will be using red cups today to up-pot my plants. Whatever you use to actually up-pot your plants or start your plants, so you want to make sure that it has drainage in the bottom. So as you can see, I already cut some holes up in there. Usually I put it in the middle, but today I put them on the side. It really doesn't matter how you do them, just make sure that there are holes on the bottom of your cups or whatever it is you're using, because they need to be able to drain. Water cannot sit at the bottom of these cups when you're watering your plants. It's going to be a disaster and you're going to kill your plants. They need well-drained soil to thrive. Alrighty, y'all, so today you guys are going to see that when I am up-potting these tomatoes, unlike the peppers, I am going to bury the tomatoes very deep. I am going to bury the stem of the tomatoes all the way down into the soil. The only thing that you guys are going to be able to see will be the actual leaves of the tomatoes. So as you can see on the tomatoes, I really hope that this is focusing, because I really want you guys to be able to see what this tomato stem look like. You will see that there's like a lot of fuzziness on the stem. All of that fuzziness that's on the tomato stem will all turn to roots if you bury it. One of the tips to grow healthy, strong tomatoes is you want to bury the stem as deep as possible, because the entire stem can turn into roots. So even when it's time to transplant them outside into the garden, you want to bury the stem as deep as possible into the soil where pretty much only the leaves are showing. Now you might be scared that you're burying them all the way into the soil and you're thinking that it is going to take a longer time to grow. That's not going to happen. Tomatoes grow extremely fast. They thrive with strong roots, so they want to be buried deeply. They want to establish their roots into the soil. So that's one of the tips of growing strong tomatoes. My plan is to bury it all the way until I get to the top of where the leaves are. The only thing is you want to make sure that the leaves are not touching the soil, because they do not like their leaves wet, especially if you're watering and things like that. Tomatoes do not like wet leaves. There you go. Hopefully y'all can see this. These are all fuzzy stems that will turn into root. Alrighty. You guys already know I got my little freebie from the plant nurseries. When I up-pot my plants, this is where I'm gonna set them in from now, because it just makes it easier to carry it. You already know that you could get these for free at the nurseries, at any department store. They get rid of it for free, and it just helps transplant your plants. Now, when it's time to get the tomatoes out of the cell trays, what you want to make sure to do so that you don't mess with the roots, you want to make sure that you're squeezing around each cell trays where you're about to get the plants out of. You could use a spoon, or you could do this to get the plants out safely so it doesn't tamper with the roots. Or you could do what I'm doing, which is just squeezing around the cells just so it can loosen up. As you can see, as I'm squeezing, the bottom of the cell trays is going to loosen it up, and it's going to make it easy to be able to go ahead and pull it out. As you can see, just like that. And look at these roots, baby. They look so good. And what I love about this is that they haven't started wrapping around each other yet. And then to separate both of these, like if you have multiple tomatoes seeds in each cell trays, to separate them, you're just going to gently squeeze around the roots so you can loosen up that soil. You can even tap it into your hand so that it is loosened up, and it should be pretty easy to loosen up once you gently tap it into your hand, or just, you know, move the soil around, and then you're going to gently pull them apart. This should be pretty easy coming apart after you remove the soil from around them. So there you go. They're nice and ready, y'all. Look at these. They already have true leaves. These tomatoes are trying to grow. They've been trying to get out of here, and I'm so happy that I'm able to do that, because I will be planting these or transplanting them in the garden during the week of Mother's Day, which is less than a month away. There you have it, y'all. This is how you separate the tomato seedlings if you have multiples in each cell trays. Alrighty, y'all, so you already see how to separate the tomato seedlings. You see how to remove them out of the cell trays nice and safely so you don't tamper with the roots. So now we're about to get started on actually uppotting these. So I'm about to speed this up real soon so we can hurry up and get this started. Okay. Yo, I hate the smell of this soil. It's so stinky. I love doing this outside because it's nicely ventilated and the wind is blowing and it's blowing the scent away from the soil. So we have our worm castings in there. Let's go ahead and start uppotting. I'm gonna add more worm castings as I go because clearly I only had it on the top. Alrighty, so we're gonna get our cup, put the soil in there. Just make some space in the middle of it so you can add more soil, and then also you're burying the tomato plant very deeply in there. And then we're gonna add some more soil around it. And then I'm just gonna make sure that it is in the middle. And you wanna go ahead and make sure that if you have to like tap it down so the soil can, settle down, because once you start to water these as time goes by, the soil is going to settle down and then you'll find out that you don't have enough soil in there. There you go, y'all. This is how you uppot your tomato plants to establish stronger roots, because the stems will root into the soil. So we have it in there and it is very, very, very close to the soil, but we are making sure that the leaves will not touch the soil. Even though these first leaves are going to fall off, these are going to fall off, and the leaves that you see growing there in the middle, that's the true leaves. They are going to get bigger and these are going to fall off. So you just want to make sure you give it enough room so that the soil is not touching the leaves. And there you have it, y'all. This is how you uppot your plants. This is how you uppot your tomatoes. And every plant have their own way of how you should uppot them. For tomatoes, you could bury them as deep as possible. For things like peppers, you don't have to bury them as deep. Pepper stems will not root into the soil, but if you bury them, it's just because you're trying to save on growth space. But with tomatoes, bury those baby as deep as possible. And this goes for when you transplant them into the garden as well. Bury them as deep as you can. And I promise you guys, you're gonna have really strong tomatoes. They're gonna bear a lot of fruit because of the amount of roots that is in the soil. So they're going to be established, they're going to be healthy, and give you all the tomatoes you want all season long. Okay, all right, y'all, now that y'all see how to do it, I'll do another one with y'all and then we're going to speed this up. Okay, righty, y'all, let's get another cup, add our tomatoes in there, add some soil around it. I'm gonna press the soil down just to make sure it doesn't settle. Y'all, tomatoes are so resilient. Like, I find it really hard to actually kill a tomato. If you're killing tomatoes, I don't know. No judgment here, because I definitely found it hard to grow cucumbers last year, but tomatoes want to live. They're very resilient, so it could go through a lot of stress and it will still survive. Bada boom, bada bang. There they are. All right, y'all, we're all done with this one. Let's now continue to finish the rest of these. Each cell tray that we have, you already saw that it's a 72 cell tray, and I have multiple seeds in each cell tray. So you could multiply that 72 times 2 or 3. So imagine how many tomatoes that we are about to get. My intention is to sell some. I'm doing a garden workshop. So if you're in the DMV area, specifically Maryland, and you would like to come to our garden workshop on May 17th, you yourself will also get one of these tomatoes or one of my peppers or whatever that's available. It's a hands-on workshop where you will get to plant your own seedlings of your choice that I grew into a container that I am going to provide, or a flower pot that I'm going to provide. And you're going to take it home and grow it, put it right outside, ready to grow. Okay, that's one of the reasons why I'm growing so many tomatoes. I always overgrow tomatoes anyway. I grow so many tomatoes, but this year, I don't know, I feel like the peppers definitely won the game when it came to the amount of plants, because I definitely grew over 200 pepper plants for sure. All right, y'all, so y'all see now how to do this. Y'all got it right. It's very simple, very easy. At the end, I'll show you guys the solution that I water my tomato plants with to keep them growing healthy and strong. And I will give you guys some tips on what not to do, okay? All right, let's continue and then I'll let you guys go. Oh my gosh, y'all, I already made the first mistake. Y'all, do you know that I literally did not label those tomatoes that I just put in there? I totally forgot that in this particular cell tray, I have two different types of tomatoes in here. I have the large cherry and then I have the big red tomato in here. And I just totally forgot to look at the label and go down the line of which one is which. So now I have an entire tray that I just did and I have no clue which tomato that is. So I'm gonna keep those for myself and plant them in my garden, and then the ones that I'm gonna sell, I am going to now label it. So you guys just learned on camera just now, one of the main mistakes you do not want to make is not labeling your plants. You are going to regret it if you don't label them. As you can see, tomatoes, all the leaves look alike based on a variety. There's no special kind of leaf based on which variety that you're growing. So you have to label them. You can't tell which is which until the fruit grows, okay? So don't make that mistake that I just made, y'all. I cannot believe I just did that. This is so ridiculous. But let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So when I was up potting the tomatoes, I just went down like the line like this instead of going like that based on the labels that are on them. But this, the labels was faced that way and this part was faced to me. So that's how that happened. So here in this line, we have the large cherry and then we have the big red over here. So now I have no clue which is which, because I just went down the line. I'm just really happy that I caught that mistake now rather than later when I up-potted all of them. Anyway, y'all saw it live in action. One of the biggest mistakes you don't want to do. So I got my labels out. I am going to label them now as I go. I've rectified the mistake and we're gonna do better later, right? Yes. I just can't believe I just did that, y'all. That is so ridiculous. Let me show y'all. I've already put it on the shelves over there until I'm done. Then I'm gonna water it, but it's really crazy. Here they are. I just up-potted these now. Only God knows which one is the large cherry and which one is the big red. Here we go again. Here we go again. All right, y'all, let's continue and finish this up. Now we know better, we're gonna do better. All right, period. By the way, I'm using these labels. Got them from Amazon. They're in my Amazon store, linked in the description of this video if you want some. It was a 200 pack, which I absolutely need because I'm growing over 200 plants this year. So come along. If you need them, you know what to do. done for now. I have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, there's only 5 on here. So that is 10, 20, 30. So I have about 30 plants that I have already uppotted. I have about 150 more to go. I just wanted to come on here and show you guys how to uppot your tomatoes, and this is how you do it, y'all. So I'm all done for now, and I'm gonna do the rest later. So this is the solution I was telling you guys about that is going to help grow your plants, especially your tomatoes, nice, big and healthy. This is banana water. So this is just banana peeling that I have sitting in a gallon of water. The nutrients from the banana peels is being extracted into the water, the potassium and everything else that is in the banana peel. The tomatoes love it. They love it. They thrive on it. So if you don't have banana water, make sure you start this solution this summer for your tomatoes. They really like it. You can also direct compost the banana peels into your soil when you transplant your tomatoes outside. They love it. Okay, they love it. So this is what I'm going to be using to water them as a fertilizer. So this is just like a natural fertilizer. I already have the worm castings in there that's going to be doing their thing, and then I'm going to water it with this solution. So this right here, this is the ultimate trick to get in those luscious leaves. They're going to grow healthy. They're great for the roots. And that is what is going to help your tomato plants grow the way that you want it to. And it's going to produce hundreds, if not thousands, of tomatoes based on the amount of plants that you're going to be growing this year. Okay? Don't say I didn't tell you nothing. All right, guys, there you have it. We're all done. Not really, but we've done quite a few for today. And thank you guys for being on here with me. I just wanted to come on here and quickly show you guys how I uppot my tomato plants, my tips and tricks on growing them big and healthy, especially in this phase. The banana water is a game changer in this particular phase. I mean, of course, when they get transplanted, you're going to continue using your banana water. You can always direct compost the banana peel, like I said, and there are other fertilizers that you could use, but I found personally that this banana peel solution plus the worm casting, those combination is just perfect for growing my tomatoes. As you guys saw last year, I grew hundreds, if not thousands, of tomatoes in my garden. I mean, big, small, all of the above, sweet, juicy, tart, all of the flavors. Okay, banana peel water is a game changer. Banana peel within itself is a game changer. If you don't have banana peel, you can also use plantain peels, which is a bigger banana. They all have the same nutrients that your tomatoes are going to love. Okay, well, alrighty, y'all, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I would love to answer them. If you have any tips and tricks yourself that you would like to share with the community, always remember that you can share those in the comments, because we're all here to learn and we're continuously learning, within our gardening process. Alrighty, y'all, don't forget, if you guys need any seeds, my Etsy store is there. They're all on sale right now. Go ahead and grab you some seeds. Also, if you would like any of the supplies that I use in my garden to start my seeds as well as grow my plants, you can find that in my Amazon store. And don't forget, y'all, do not forget, if you're in the DMV area, specifically Maryland, I am hosting a gardening workshop on May 17th. If you'd like to join us, click the link below. I have it on Eventbrite, and grab yourself a ticket. They're selling out fast. They're limited tickets because this is my first gardening workshop, and I would like for it to be very intimate, and I want it to be hands-on, and I want everybody to basically get all of the value that they need, all of the value that they deserve within this workshop. So go ahead and click that link below as well. Grab your ticket, and I'll catch you at my next gardening workshop in May. I cannot wait. You'll be selecting from all of these different plants that you'll be seeing me growing on the channel this year. Okay. Oh yes, y'all, do not forget to join the gardening group, Sow Something, Grow Something, Miss Yancy Gardening Network on Facebook. That is where the community is talking all of the things gardening, posting your pictures, where you're at right now, any feedback, questions, that's where I'll do a lot of Q&As. If people have questions I can help them with, I love to chat with you guys on there. So don't forget to meet me in that gardening group. Okay. But that's about it, y'all. That is all of the things we're done for now. I wish we were done, period. But y'all know, uppotting is a beast, but it doesn't have to be so hard if you guys follow these easy steps that I showed you guys today, okay? Alrighty, y'all. Love you guys so much. Thanks for being on here with me. If you haven't liked the video yet, please go ahead and like it. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your support, okay? Now remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be in this moment. Happy gardening. Bye, y'all. And remember, y'all, if you're looking for organic heirloom seeds, go ahead in the description of this video and grab your pack of seeds in my Etsy store and get your garden popping. Bye, y'all. Happy gardening. Signature luxurious body butter is packed with all natural skin-loving ingredients such as cocoa butter, coconut oil, shea butter, vitamin E oil, and baobab oil. Whipped to perfection, it is lightly made to be easily absorbed into the skin without clogging your pores. This body butter is free of parabens, sulfates, and synthetic fragrances. Your new bestie.